Right, everybody, we are now live on YouTube. We are going to be keeping you guys updated on what's going on across the United States today. We're going to go ahead and go to the satellite and make sure everything is selected. But we are going to be live, like I said, so let me go ahead and do something real quick. But yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening up here in Ohio. And as you guys can see, we do have a radar indicated tornado warning across parts of Ohio. We actually did have a tornado on the ground just a second ago, and that's the reason why I was live. And I know I said I wasn't able to do a video in my community page, but I just went ahead and went live because we got so many warnings to be watching very closely. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. I also need to quickly go ahead and also do something real quick, and then we will be ready. So let me go ahead and go here and go to edit video. All right, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and change our title to Tornado Threat. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what's happening, and as you guys can see, we got 2 tornado warnings currently in Ohio. And so if we go ahead and take a look at the velocity, we're gonna go ahead and select a radar, and we're gonna go ahead and go to velocity. So it should upload in just a second. And yeah, as you guys can see, we do have some areas of rotation. As you guys can see, pretty much one just to the southeast of Chardon in Ohio, so we'll definitely be watching that one. And then pretty much to the south of it, we got another one in effect. So let's go back to reflectivity so we can see the storm that this rotation is on. So I'm going to go back to reflectivity. So it might take just a little bit to load. So we're going to go to reflectivity. And yeah, pretty much right here is, where the rotation would be, if any. So we'll definitely be watching those areas very closely. And so if we take a look at the velocity once again, surprised this is taking a little bit, but we're actually going to go ahead and restart it, so that way it starts working again. And we're going to go ahead and go to where we were before. So we're going to go satellites, and we're just going to do warnings. Okay, there we go. Everything should be set up once again. And yeah, so as you guys can see, we still do have some tornado warnings in effect, as you guys can see. And we're going to go ahead and look. Okay, I see. Just making sure everything's all set. So yeah, we got a tornado watch currently in effect for this area, as you can see. So we are still going to be watching these areas very, very closely, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up one more website so we can see. So 18 severe thunderstorm warnings and 4 tornado warnings. We're going to go ahead and update this. So 4 tornado warnings and 18 severe thunderstorm warnings. There we go. So we're gonna go back to the radar again, and yeah, so as you guys can see, still do have some tornado warnings we're watching for. I also want to show you guys this one in North Carolina right now. So we're gonna go ahead and change something real quick before we do that. I wasn't 100% set up, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we were seeing before. So we're going to go to Tornadic, and if we go ahead and take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning here in the Carolinas, and we're going to go ahead and select that radar. Not sure why these mesoscale discussions are pulling up. Let me go ahead and see if I can do something about that. Okay. I was hoping these things would go away. I do not really like these when they're in my way. But anyway, we still are keeping an eye out for these areas down here, as you can see. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the rotation. This is pretty much just to the north of South Carolina, but actually in North Carolina. And if we take a look at the velocity, just gotta wait for this to load for a second. Yeah, so again, I'm sorry about the weather radar site. I gotta keep resetting it so that way it will start working again. I'm not really sure why it has been doing that. But let's go back to settings. Let's just do these. Let's see if this works actually. And then let's go turn mesoscale discussions off. Let's see. Just making sure everything is working right. There you go. I got that to go off. And then let's go ahead and also bring back the satellite. And then we should be good again. Okay, again, I'm sorry about that. But if we go ahead and take a look at the tornado warnings up here in Ohio again. So we pretty much got a few of these, as you guys can see. Let's see, let's hope this loads. Yeah, okay, so yeah, got some tornado warnings in effect. One for Aurora, Ohio, another one for Twinsburg, and then another one pretty much for areas like Chesterland in Ohio. So if you do live in those areas, make sure you are in your safe spot. And if we also go ahead and take a look at the velocity scan, hold on just a minute. Okay, so yeah, we do have some areas of rotation in the storm we are keeping an eye on, and then just to the south of that, we got another storm we're also watching for, where we also do have a little bit of rotation as well. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for both of those. And then back down here towards North Carolina, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this one again. And yeah, so yeah, we got a tornado warning in effect right here, as you guys can see. This is pretty much getting ready to expire right now, so we shouldn't need to worry much about it. But yeah, as you can see, the rotation has gone away. So I'm not really sure why they issued a tornado warning there, but yeah, that thing should be expiring just in a second. But if we go ahead and take a look at those tornado warnings again, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at those. Still do have some radar indicated tornado warnings still in effect for those areas, as you guys can see. And if we go to the velocity scan, we should, still have some areas of rotation to still be keeping an eye on up here. So we'll definitely need to be watching very closely. But I'm going to go ahead and put tornado warning in Ohio. There we go. And yeah, still do have some tornado warnings in effect. And again, we still do kind of have some areas of rotation to still be keeping an eye on with the storm. So we'll definitely, be paying attention to those storms for you guys. And we'll see what they do. But from what we know so far, it's not really looking as bad as what we could have been seeing. But if we take a look at the storm again, like I said, still do have some areas of rotation right there. Thankfully, the one in North Carolina did expire, but something else that I can show you guys is that we do have some or flash flood warnings in effect for some of these areas. So we definitely do need to be watching for some potential flooding in these areas, as you guys can see. And as you guys can see, some areas have experienced a foot of rainfall, so that's definitely some pretty bad news right there. But back up here to the north, we haven't took a look at these severe thunderstorm warnings just yet, but let's go ahead and take a look at these ones after we wait for this to load. And yeah, so as you guys can see, got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds right there. So we definitely gotta be keeping an eye on those areas very closely. And then over here towards New Jersey, we also do have some penny-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds to be keeping an eye on as well. So, if you do live in New Jersey, you might be under severe thunderstorm warning. So if you are, make sure to be indoors and as well as away from windows. So back up here towards Ohio again, still do have some radar indicated tornado warnings still in effect. So we're definitely going to be needing to be keeping an eye on those still, as that potential is still there. And then back down here towards North or South Carolina, and as well as Georgia, like I said, we do have some life-threatening flooding ongoing in those areas, because we still do have Tropical Storm Debbie still doing a lot of considerable damage down here towards these areas. So if we wait for this to load, yeah, so still dealing with some heavy rainfall in some areas. So we'll definitely need to be watching those areas still, as that potential will still be there. And then back up here to the north again, still do have these tornado warnings still in effect. So we will definitely still need to be watching closely. But if we go ahead and take a look at it again, we do have a tornado warning still in effect for part of Ohio, as you guys can see. So if you go ahead and click on this radar up here towards Ohio, and if we select velocity, we just gotta wait for this to load once again. It's a little bit slow, but we can make it work though. There should still be some areas of rotation in this area. So yeah, as you guys can see, pretty much got that line of storm still getting ready to push on through. And yeah, we do actually have some areas of rotation embedded in that line. So that's the reason why those tornado warnings will still continue to be in effect. So if you guys do live in Urham in Ohio, back up here towards Chesterland, you guys got to be in your safe spot still, as we could still be seeing some brief tornadoes. So we gotta still be watching those areas very closely. And then back over here towards New Jersey again, we still are watching these areas as well, as we do still have, tornado warning in effect for some of these areas. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for these as well. And then up here towards Ohio, as you guys can see, still do have a radar indicated tornado warning still in effect. And this is going to be for, a potential tornado still. And if we take a look at that velocity, we still, will likely have some rotation in play, because, like I said, we can sometimes still have, rotation with some of these storms. So let's go ahead and wait for that to load after it makes it up here. And if we take a look at the velocity scan, again, we should still have some areas of rotation, pretty much in these little hook-shaped areas that you see. And yeah, still do have some rotation in some areas. So, we'll definitely be paying attention to those areas very closely still. And then, we are watching over here towards New Jersey as well. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on those. And then let's actually go ahead and take a look at some storm chasers. We haven't done that yet, by the way. So we actually do have some storm chasers live, including Freddie McKinney, who is currently chasing as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and search for him, Freddie McKinney. I'm going to make sure my laptop is all the way down, but they're pretty much chasing some major flooding along the coast. So there we go, sound should be off right there. And yeah, so we definitely are still needing to be watching some of these areas closely. So yeah, as you can see, he is currently in the flash flood warning along the South Carolina coast. He isn't really in an area that's really seeing too big of flooding just yet, but he should, eventually make it all the way down towards Charleston, where there's quite a bit of flooding ongoing still. So we'll go back to that when when he's there. But again, up here towards Ohio, thankfully no new tornado warnings just yet. But yeah, we still do have some areas of rotation. So again, if you do live in Chester Island, let's see, even Fullertown, and as well as areas down here towards Herman, and as well as pretty much just to the north of Garrettsville in Ohio. Make sure to be indoors and please be in your safe spot. That includes the most interior room of your home on the lowest floor possible. But if you have a basement or tornado shelter, make sure to go there instead, because those will be your two safest places to go if you are in a tornado warning. But if we go back over here towards the East Coast again, let's go ahead and take a look at this area. And yeah, still some 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail with a lot of these thunderstorms over here. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for these ones. We got one pretty much just to the north of New York City. Still capable up producing some 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds in that area, so we'll definitely try to be keeping an eye out for those. And if you're now just joining, I did tell you guys on my community post that I wasn't gonna do a video today, which I didn't, and that's because my thumbnails are a little bit messed up. But I decided I would try to go live because I care about you guys, so I thought I would go ahead and go live, so that way we can keep you guys safe from a lot of this storms, and as well as possible tornadoes that could, very well be a threat for the rest of today. So, that's the reason why I decided to go live. And after this live stream, I'll obviously try to figure out my thumbnail, and I should have one by tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned for a video tomorrow, because if I can figure this out, then I might do one. But anyway, we still do have these 2 tornado warnings in effect for parts of Ohio. This one up here just getting ready to expire, but we still need to be keeping an eye out for this one, as this still has another 30 minutes on it. So we'll definitely need to be watching this area very closely still. Let's go ahead and select that wet radar so we can still get a little bit better of a picture. And yeah, still got some pretty big thunderstorms there, still capable of producing a tornado. So again, if you do live in Herman in Ohio or Chesterland, make sure to be indoors and make sure to be in your safe spot. Like I said, that does not include a mobile home. So if you are in a mobile home, make sure to move into a stronger building, or try to find the strongest building near you and try to be in the safest spot in that building. That includes the most interior room of your home, and you must have as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible. So you guys can also read that on the top of my screen if you guys want a little bit more information, but make sure to do that if you haven't already. And of course, try to be in a basement or a tornado shelter if you have that. But if we go down here towards South Carolina again, we're going to go ahead and select this radar. Because, like I said, if radars are very close to each of these warnings, we don't usually get a whole lot of data. But yeah, as you guys can see, still got quite a bit of flash flooding ongoing in these areas. So we definitely still do need to be keeping an eye out for these. And then back up here to the north again, still do have some tornado warnings in effect. And yeah, still capable of producing a tornado. And it sounds like this one had another minute added onto it, but this one should get ready to expire pretty soon. So still continue to stay in your safe spot if you guys do live in Chesterland in Ohio. But after this warning does expire, so you guys should be able to come out. But if you guys also do have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave those in the chat. Or if you guys need to need any help figuring out where to go, you guys can also leave that in the chat as well. But if we look at central Pennsylvania, which we haven't looked at yet today, yeah, still do have some pretty big clusters of thunderstorms still ongoing, producing 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. If we look for areas of rotation, we're going to go ahead and go to velocity. And yeah, we do have some little areas of rotation with this line of storm. So some of these may get tornado warned, but from what we know so far, it doesn't look like these are going to be as concerning as these ones in Ohio still. But if we go down here towards South Carolina again, like I said, still got some pretty big flooding still ongoing, as you can see. So we definitely will still be watching that area very closely. And then if we also go ahead and take a look out here to the west, we actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of southern Arizona, and as you guys can see, there is the potential for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds with that storm right there in southern Arizona. A lot of these storms are also slow moving most of the time, so you guys should also be aware of flash flooding if you guys do live in Kingo Springs in Arizona, or Bayerville in Arizona. You guys need to be indoors and away from windows, so make sure to do that if you haven't already. And then if we also go ahead and go back to where we're most concerned still, and yeah, as you guys can see, still do have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Ohio. This tornado warning has now expired, thankfully, so we're gonna go ahead and change that to tornado warning in Ohio, which I still have that there, thankfully, but we're actually gonna go ahead and change the warnings here. So I think we do have at least 18 severe thunderstorm warnings still, but we're going to change this to 1. So 1 tornado warning now. So there we go. 1 tornado warning still continues to be in effect, and yeah, still about 18 severe thunderstorm warnings still, so we'll keep it around there. But when we get a little bit less, we will downgrade our severe thunderstorm warnings. But again, still do have a severe thunderstorm warning, and as well as a tornado warning still in effect for Ohio. So again, if you do live in Herman and as well as areas up to the north, make sure to be indoors and away from windows, but also make sure you are going to your safe spot. That includes either a basement or a tornado shelter, but if you don't have either one of those, make sure to go into the most interior room of your home on the lowest floor possible. So make sure to do that if you are in a tornado warning in Ohio. And then back over here towards central Pennsylvania again. As you guys can see, still are continuing to watch this area as well. Still got that potential for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds with that storm. And then over here towards New Jersey, let's go ahead and select this radar on Long Island to get a little bit better view. Still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds possible with this storm pretty much impacting places like Yonkers in New York, and as well as Mount Vernon, New York. So those areas, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows, as 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds will continue to be a concern. Back down here towards central New Jersey, if we take a look at this storm, penny-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds will be possible with all 3 of those severe thunderstorm warnings in New Jersey, so we'll still be watching that area still. We haven't took a look at these severe thunderstorm warnings yet, but these are just as bad as a tornado warning, as penny-sized hail and especially 70-mile-per-hour winds will be a very big concern, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for those. Back down here towards Arizona again, still do have a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, like I said, so we'll still be watching that area closely. And then back over here towards Ohio again, we still do have a tornado warning still in effect for parts of Ohio, so we could definitely be, needing to be watching these areas very closely, but we will still need to be needing to be watching these areas. But if we look over here towards New Jersey again, still do have some severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect for mainly penny-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, so we'll continue to be keeping an eye out for those still. And then if we also look at this one down here towards South Carolina, still got some pretty big thunderstorms to keep an eye on still, but it's mainly, life-threatening flooding. So if we look at Freddie McKinney's stream again, which we haven't in a little bit, so again, he hasn't made it there just yet, but we will definitely, be watching until he gets there, so that way we can get some data from him. So we'll definitely continue to be watching those areas very closely still. Hopefully I can X out my screen. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's better. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and exit out of that, and we're going to go back to where we were before, which is pretty much the radar. And as you guys can see, still do have a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for parts of Ohio. Still do have that tornado warning in effect for another 10 minutes. But after that, we should be alright, but we'll still be live a little bit longer just in case something does start. But if we look at over here towards New York again, we actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning already going towards New York. So you guys in New York, you guys need to be paying attention to this storm right here as it does move towards you guys. So you guys should definitely be on high alert. So make sure to do that if you have not gotten prepared yet. But yeah, there's New York City right there, and this is pretty much heading right there. So you guys should at least be on the upper part of the severe thunderstorm warning. But again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns to leave, make sure to do that. And if you guys also have a question about what to do during a tornado warning, you guys can also leave that as well. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlooks now. We haven't showed you guys that today, but we're going to be doing that so we can show you guys what we can expect for the rest of today. And as you guys can see, we do have an enhanced risk of severe weather. Not surprising because we're already seeing some high winds and even a couple of tornado warnings still in effect for that area. So we'll continue to be watching these areas very closely. And as you guys can see, we do have a threat for a few tornadoes. We also do have a threat for some damaging winds, and then we also do have a threat for some large hail too as well in that area. We also might need to be keeping an eye out there towards Montana, as we do have a risk for some large hail and as well as damaging winds. So here's the wind threat and here's the hail threat. So we'll be watching that area very closely, but I do need to use the restroom, so I will be right back. Alright, I am finally back now. Sorry about that, guys, but back to the radar again. We actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning just to the southeast of Fort Wayne, and this goes for 60-mile-per-hour winds and as well as quarter-size hail. So let's go ahead and select this radar right here. And if we look at if it has any rotation, which it very well could, it's actually starting to pick up maybe a little bit of rotation right over Maples, but that's not really a tornadic storm just yet, so we'll be watching it. But as of right now, just 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail is what it's doing right now. But if it gets a little bit stronger and if it starts rotating a little bit more, we will need to be watching for a potential tornado warning with that storm right there, just to the southeast of Fort Wayne, like I said. But over here towards Ohio again, we got this huge severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is one of the biggest severe thunderstorm warnings I have seen, it, by the way, but this does include a lot of areas, including Mansfield, Shelby, Ashland, heading towards Worcester, Orville, and as well as Lexington, Gallon, and as well well as Brownstown in Ohio. So if you guys do live in those areas, make sure to be indoors and away from windows, as we could be seeing some penny-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, especially you guys in Mansfield, Ohio. You guys need to be paying attention, but also be indoors and as well as away from windows while you're doing that. And then up here towards Cleveland, we actually haven't taken a look at Cleveland, Ohio just yet, but this one is just getting ready to expire, but it's pretty much producing the same thing, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and as well as some quarter-size hail. So we'll still need to be watching that area very closely, and then we're especially watching these areas right here. So you know, you guys in front of this. So just wanted to warn you guys in Medville and as well as Groove City, this storm is coming your guys' way. So you guys should definitely be ready just in case this does start hitting you. But we definitely will need to still be watching closely, though. We got that severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Hermitage and as well as Sharon in Ohio, and it's actually just getting ready to head into Pennsylvania, by the way. You guys need to be indoors and as well as away from windows. And then we also do have some severe thunderstorm warnings still to keep an eye on over here towards central New Jersey. So we'll definitely need to be watching these areas as well still. So like I said, you know, New York, you guys have a severe thunderstorm warning coming your way. And look at that. This had already grown quite a bit. So you guys are likely going to be impacted next. So you guys in New York City, you guys need to be ready. This is coming your way. And then just to the north of New York City, already got another severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And so do you guys on Long Island also need to be paying attention as well. Over here towards Ohio again, like I said, you know, the storm is just getting ready to head into Sharon in Pennsylvania, so you guys do need to be indoors and as well as away from windows. But we still do have that tornado warning still in effect for these areas just towards Herman and as well as Parkman, Maple Grove, and as well as some other areas. You guys in this tornado warning still need to be in your safe spot, but you guys can come out in just a minute as this is just getting ready to expire. And then over here, just south east of Fort Wayne, like I said, we also do have this storm, you know, still keeping an eye out for maybe some possible rotation with this storm right here. And let's check the velocity to see if it started rotating more. And about the same, where we still might have a little bit of rotation now just to the east of Maples. But we still need to, you know, still be watching this storm very closely as it continues to head east-southeast. So we'll definitely be paying attention if you do live southeast of Fort Wayne, but still in Indiana, though. And then if we also look over here towards the Carolinas again, like I said, you know, Freddie McKinney isn't there yet. But we will definitely see when he does arrive there. And I don't know if I'll be live when he's there, because, you know, I'm obviously not going to be live for hours and hours. But we'll try to, you know, do our best by keeping you guys updated on the weather. And yeah, still got quite a bit of rainfall still falling. And yeah, still about the same, where, you know, between 6 and 13 inches have fallen. So still quite a bit of rain to worry about there. We also got, you know, similar thing over here where we have been seeing quite a bit of rainfall in some areas. Savannah, Georgia, you guys are also dealing with flooding as well, where as much as 5 to 10 inches have fallen, but some other additional amounts does appear possible. So you guys in Savannah all the way up there towards Charleston, and as well as let's see, and as well as Buck Hall, you guys in South Carolina also need to be watching closely too as well. So pretty much from Savannah all the way up to Buck Hall needs to be paying attention still for the potential of flash flooding. But if we look at what's happening again, as you guys can see, still got that tornado warnings just in effect still, but that is actually ready to expire in just a second. And then over here towards Fort Wayne again, we still do have a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for those areas, as we could still be seeing some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds of some of those thunderstorms. So we'll still needing to be watching very closely for the potential of that still. But yeah, not really looking like much in the way of rotation just yet, just southeast of Fort Wayne. But again, we'll keep an eye out for it. But again, guys, if you're now just joining, you guys can leave any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. Plus, you guys can also, subscribe and like my videos on my channel. So if you guys haven't subscribed already, please click that subscribe button down below. If I can get up to 300 subscribers, which I'm just 2 subscribers away, then I will end up doing a 300 subscriber celebration. Plus, I might even get some new things for my stream to help you guys. So we will definitely do a lot of things if I can get up to 300 subscribers, which should only take a day. Like I said, I'm only 2 subscribers away from 300. So if you guys will subscribe to my YouTube channel, that will be awesome. And I hope you guys will continue to subscribe to my channel later on. But if we look at the severe thunderstorm warnings again, we actually just got a new tornado warning in Ohio. This is actually just getting ready to head into Pennsylvania, by the way, but let's go ahead and select this radar right here. So just north of Youngstown, we just got a new tornado warning in effect. And if we go ahead and take a look at the velocity, we do have a pretty decent area of rotation, as you guys can see. So we definitely need to be watching that area very closely as it does head towards Sharpsville in Pennsylvania, because that tornado warning is pretty much on the border between Ohio and Pennsylvania. Let's see here. Repent, Jesus is coming. Really? That seems interesting. What you're trying to say is that Jesus will come and hopefully stop these storms. Because, I mean, we definitely don't like it when there's a lot of tornado warnings in effect. So, again, I wish Jesus was here, and I also wish Jesus was able to get rid of these storms for us. But he's not, unfortunately. We still believe a lot of things about him, but if that's what you're trying to say, then there you go. But you guys can also leave more things in the chat than just that if you guys would like. But anyway, if we go ahead and take a look again at what's happening, we definitely do need to still be watching this area of rotation still. If we go back towards Fort Wayne again, pretty much just to the southeast of Fort Wayne, like I said, we still do have that severe thunderstorm warning still in effect. And 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible. That rotation has died down quite a bit, but still a little bit left, so we'll see what it does. And then over here towards this area over here again, as you guys can see, still got a little bit of rotation with this storm, as you guys can see, so we'll still keep an eye on it just in case it gets tornado warned again, as it does move towards Sharpsville. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that for you guys. Over here towards New York again, as you guys can see, one just to the north of New York, but like I said, this one right here is coming your guys' way, so make sure you guys are being on high alert in that area. But yeah, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds already getting ready to move towards New Ark in New Jersey, and this is just getting ready to move towards New York City, like I said. So again, you guys need to be paying attention to the weather if you guys do live in New York City. So make sure to do that. Again, we do have another tornado warning still in effect for parts of this area, as you guys can see. So if we check the velocity again, like I said, still got a decent area of rotation, as you guys can see. So we'll still keep an eye on it for you guys, but we'll have to see if it gets stronger. Let's hope it doesn't, but we'll see. And then back over here towards Arizona, still got that same severe thunderstorm warning still in effect. And looks like that storm has died down quite a bit, but still capable of producing, quite a bit of 1-inch hail, and it looks like 70-mile-per-hour winds are going to be possible. Really? I'm actually wondering about that because this radar does not show that storm at all. There must be something wrong with it, or it just might not be the storm, unless it's this storm right here that's coming up. Let's hope it's that storm, but let's hope it's not really gonna be doing the same thing. So we'll see. Like I said, it doesn't really show that storm being very strong though. So I'm just kind of surprised they have it issued right now, but it looks like that this storm could be it though. So again, if you guys do live in this area, make sure to be on high alert for maybe some 70-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail. Let's see. And Animal says, please answer this question. Will Florida, like the whole entire state, have a tornado? No. I would probably say no to that, because I'm not sure how the entire state would have a tornado. But I'm also not sure how every state would have a tornado either. Pretty much the entirety of the state. So, I absolutely get what you're saying, but I don't know why the entirety of each state would see a tornado though. That would be, very widespread. That would be more like a hurricane if we saw, widespread tornado-like damage. But absolutely not, my friend. I don't think that would ever happen. That would be very rare. That would be very rare, though. But like I said, I get what you're saying, but that's definitely a no. We definitely wouldn't be seeing a tornado and it impact the entirety of every state. But yeah, like I said, we definitely wouldn't usually see that. Like I said, very unusual, and like I said, that would be very widespread. The worst is that we might see a hurricane move through. Like I said, that can bring tornado-like damage. So for an entire state to see that, that would be very rare, of course. So that's not usually something we see. But we just got another tornado warning still in effect. That's because we still do have quite a bit of rotation with this storm. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And yes, we sure do. We still do have quite a bit of rotation in this area of the storm right here. So we'll definitely need to, be watching very closely right there. Pretty much gonna be moving into Sharon, so you guys in Sharon need to be in your guys' safe spots. No confirmed tornado just yet, but you guys in Sharon, like I said, need to be in your safe spots. Same goes for Herman or Heritage in Pennsylvania. You guys also need to be in your safe spots. Also West Middlesex also needs to be in their safe spots as well, and as well as some other areas over here. So you guys should definitely be in your safe spot, and same goes for Charleston in Pennsylvania. So if you guys do live in that tornado warning, please be indoors and away from windows, and you must be on the lowest floor possible in the most interior room. Okay, that includes like a bathroom or a tub, something like that has as many walls in between you and the outside. And like I said, that is on the lowest floor possible. Okay, that is a very important part, is being on the lowest floor possible. Plus, if you guys also have a basement or a tornado shelter would be a much safer spot to go to. So if you guys have a basement or a tornado shelter, go to one of those two. Or if you guys don't have that, then obviously go to the most interior room of your home, like I said, and make sure you do have a lot of walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible, and that must be on the lowest floor. But again, you guys in New York could start seeing some impacts, like I said. We still got to be watching the storm right here, as you guys can see, just getting ready to head towards New York City. So you guys in New York City, like I said, you guys need to be paying attention, obviously, as this could very well bring some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds to you guys in New York. So be paying attention for that potentially. And then up here towards Ohio again, we're actually going to go ahead and change our title to tornado warning in Pennsylvania. Sorry about that. Let's see. Cancel. Pennsylvania. Don't worry, I'll spell that right. There we go. Tornado warning in Pennsylvania now. There we go. So like I said, we now got tornado warning in Pennsylvania. We actually got another one right here in Ohio now for places just to the south of Youngstown. So now we're going to go ahead and change our tornado warnings to, let's see, about 3. So we got 3 tornado warnings in effect. And we're also going to go ahead and change our title again. Okay, there we go. So now you guys know what's happening, and yeah, like I said, just south of Youngstown, you guys need to be in your safe spots. If you guys do live south of Youngstown, that includes New Middletown, back into Boardman, Canfield. You guys in those areas need to be indoors, and must be on the lowest floor possible. You guys must also be in the most interior room of your home. So I know I probably didn't explain that very well, but if you guys want a little bit more detail, you guys can look at the top of my video. So I'll actually try to explain that one more time. So if you guys do live in this tornado warning or just south of Youngstown, you guys need to be going to the most interior room of your home or your building, and you must be on the lowest floor possible in the most interior room. So make sure to do that if you guys don't have a basement or tornado shelter. But if you guys do have a tornado basement or a tornado shelter, then you guys should be going to those areas. Those are much safer spots to go to. But same goes for up here. If we go ahead and take a look at this area up here, as you guys can see, still got some areas of rotation, already getting ready to move right there into Sharon. So you guys in Sharon could maybe be seeing some funnel cloud overhead, so make sure you guys are already in your guys' safe spots. Over here towards this area, we do have some areas of rotation. As you guys can see, it looks like we might have a broad area right there, but we kind of get tornado warnings when we kind of see things like this. Just indicates that we might see some spin ups along the line, but it doesn't really mean much though. And then over here towards Pennsylvania again, these storms do have a little bit of rotation with them, but we're especially going to be needing to be watching closely for some pretty big storms. So if you guys go ahead and take a look at these ones, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds will be possible with these storms, so we definitely do need to be keeping an eye out for those. Down here towards these areas again, let's go ahead and see if this loads. Let's see if this radar works a little bit better. This might give us a little bit better data. We'll see. Alright, so we got that radar selected. And yeah, like I said, I'm kind of surprised they issued that. But it looks like they did downgrade that to 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. But there's also a flash flood warning in effect too as well. So let's go ahead and click right there, and it does say that 1 and 1.5 inches of rain have fallen. So even though this radar might not be showing it very well, this could very well be getting close to a radar hole. You guys down there definitely need to be paying attention closely. But again, over here, pretty much areas south of Youngstown, again Canfield, Boardman, back towards New Middletown, and as well as New Albany in Ohio, you guys need to be going to your guys' safe spot. That includes the most interior room of your home on the lowest floor possible, and so that kind of does mean you guys should be going there, and you guys should also be going to a basement or a tornado shelter if you have one. If you don't, go to the most interior room of your home and have as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible. And let's also look over here towards the east again. And yeah, like I said, the storm is just getting ready to impact parts of New York. So again, you guys in New York needs to be paying attention, and of course being on high alert for the storm to eventually make it to you guys. So please make sure to be prepared for that. If you guys do live in New York City. But like I said, feel free to leave any questions in the chat to make sure they are respectful though, and you guys can also ask and leave any concerns that you guys have either. So any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to leave those in the chat. Like I said, if you guys want to be chatting with me, so feel free to do that, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, I am just 2 subscribers away from 300. So if we can get to 300 subscribers, like I said, I will be doing a celebration, and I might as well, do some upgrades to my live stream. So again, we'll really celebrate it if you guys can get me up to 300 subscribers, which should only take a day. So if you haven't subscribed already, please click that subscribe button. But again, we do still have a tornado warning still in effect for these areas in Ohio and as well as Pennsylvania. So if we go ahead and look at that velocity again, it looks like this area might strengthen a little bit, as we do still have a decent little area of rotation, as you guys can see. And then down here for areas south of Youngstown, we sometimes do have rotation along the street leading edge, so we sometimes can see these brief spin up tornadoes. Not all the time, but some of the time. So that's the reason why they do have that tornado warning. So you guys need to be in your safe spots. And then over here, looks like we got another severe thunderstorm warning for areas pretty much to the north of Harrisburg. So let's go ahead and select a different radar. And yeah, still got some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds occurring with this storm pretty much to the north of Harrisburg. So you guys north of Harrisburg need to be indoors and as well as away from windows. And over here towards New Jersey and as well as New York, like I did say, you guys definitely need to be paying attention if you guys do live in New York. Like I said, 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail is possible. So you guys should definitely be taking those areas seriously, like I said. So definitely do that. And then back over here towards Ohio again, we still do have that tornado warning, like I said, and it's still capable of producing a tornado, as we do still have some little areas of rotation, as you guys can see. And same goes down here south of Youngstown. Like I said, we can sometimes get those brief spin up tornadoes pretty much along that leading edge that you see. So men, you guys need to be in your safe spots right now, as the system could very well already be dropping a tornado. But we'll also know a little bit more detail if it's an observed tornado, which thankfully it isn't yet. But like I said, any storm with a tornado warning on it can drop a tornado. And I'm just letting you guys know that you guys in that area need to already be in your guys' safe spots before this hits you. But we do have a new flash flood warning in effect for parts of North Carolina. So, not a ton of rain has fallen, but as we do see a little bit more in that area, we could very well be talking some considerable, maybe some life-threatening flooding in some areas. So we'll be keeping an eye out for those. Like I said, I'm a little bit tired, by the way, but I'll continue to be live for you guys. And, back over here towards Ohio again, looks like they just extended that tornado warning up there towards Youngstown. So you guys in Youngstown, make sure to go in your safe spot right now. You guys do not have any time at all as parts of this leading edge. Let's first go ahead and wait for the velocity to load on first. As parts of this leading edge, as you can see, does have rotation with it. So like I said, you guys in Youngstown should already be in your guys' safe spots, but regardless of that, you guys need to be indoors and as well as away from windows, because look at that, very very strong rotation in some areas. So we'll definitely need to be watching that area closely still. Looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for areas to the north of Warren in Ohio. This does include parts of northeast or northwest Pennsylvania, and this is for 1-inch hail and of course 60-mile-per-hour winds, which have been observed. So that's pretty unfortunate for you guys, pretty much in that area. You guys in Pittsburgh haven't really seen a ton yet, but as we continue to keep an eye out for it, some of these little itty-bitty storms could turn into supercell producers, which are always capable of producing tornadoes. So I want you guys in Pittsburgh to be watching out, obviously. So make sure to do that. But yeah, so I have been live for about an hour already, and these tornado warnings are already starting to, get pretty close to expiring. So, I was definitely live with you guys for quite a while, but like I said, I'm also tired too at the same time. So, thank you guys very much for watching my live stream today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys want me to do more live coverage for events like this, make sure to go down below. I'll try to get on them as quick as I can if we do see a tornado warning. But, that's not going to happen with all, but still, make sure to like and subscribe down below if you guys haven't done that already. And of course, you guys can comment, leave any questions or concerns that you guys have. So like I said, feel free to do that if you haven't already. But we will continue to do more live coverage, like I said, for events like this. And I hope you guys do have a great rest of your guys' day.